Gene Bosler here of Houston, Texas. I'm actually in Katy today. Why do I have plants, trees, shrubs, and flowers dying all over? Let's start with this red-tip photinia. Perhaps I can zoom in on it. Okay, I don't have a very steady hand for this, but this is a pretty severe aphid infestation. See that? There's a pretty little orange predator, banana-shaped. There he is, hiding in the shade there. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. There he is moving. See him? He's always present on these photinias when the aphids are on it in July or August. He's also, I've seen him on crepe myrtles. I don't know who he is, but anyway, severe aphid infestation. There's also mite damage. The bronze stippling on more on the senescent foliage. Compare it to a clean leaf that doesn't have the damage. Okay. Let's move on to the Indian hawthorns. They're dying too. I don't know what the irrigation regime is here. My appointment is a no-show. But these Indian hawthorns, as we all know, prefer zero irrigation, especially in Houston where it rains plenty compared to places like San Antonio. On to this little gem magnolia. Pretty heavy-duty false oleander scale. Let me try to zoom in on that. Okay, see that? Okay. This tree is heavily infested with false oleander scale, and yet it doesn't look poorly. Not yet. Give it time. It's got very poor soil nutrition. Now, before magnolias start heading south, thinning out, and looking poorly, now is the time to be fastidious about the pH. As always, the copper tones look better than the hawthorns. And the palm's in pretty good shape too. It's got a lot of dead in it. It's ready to be pruned, but it's in pretty good shape. This crepe myrtle, unlike the one in the front yard, which we're going to look at in a minute, does not have any aphids on it. I'm going to divert your attention to these hibiscus. These hibiscus down here clearly died back during the winter. Bear with me while I close this gate. This one's trying to make a comeback. This one did make a comeback. Probably won't bloom till next year, and maybe it did bloom. Looks like it's trying to bloom. There are no mealybugs on it yet, but there is some stippling. I'm not sure if that's mites. This crepe myrtle doesn't really have any sooty mold. some possible moisture stress. But again, it's not too wet here, so I think he's backed off on the irrigation a little bit. This hibiscus is a little slower to come back, and no problems with the Yaupons. But we see part of why he called is he's got dead patches in his landscape where nothing will grow. Mexican petunias look to me like they're dying, but he's got no organic matter, as we'll see in a minute. I've excavated in the front yard. This crepe myrtle here has such a severe, heavy-duty aphid infestation that the sooty mold is starting to have a negative impact on the landscape plants below. This sooty mold on these photinias is from the honeydew from above, heavily, severely sucking insect infested, probably sharpshooters in addition to aphids. I've beaten the dead horse about the mounds of mulch about the bases of the trees. Interesting to note the bark lice here, not a pest of the plant or of humans, but they provide a ghost-like web. Again, I'll walk past this. I'll make a note of the severe scale infestation on these Burford hollies. They superficially look okay because the newly emergent foliage, of course, doesn't have the damage, but the interior is completely ate up with sooty mold, as you can see. Yeah, it's a pretty bad scale on it too. So, okay, so here's the final thing I want to point out. You got this pretty red colored mulch, which to each one's own, I guess. I have no problem with it as long as it's allowed to decompose and replenish the nutrients in the soil, that it isn't hauled off and replaced. Otherwise, what's the point of having mulch? See this blonde stuff? That's what I excavated from the soil. This is a mound. This is high up. There's a drainage. There's drainage, right? So this is raised. This is a raised bed. But there's not even 4 full inches of topsoil before we get to the backfill, the construction fill. This paucity of organic matter in the soil here is why we have plants dying. Bed prep or bed reconditioning, total, complete